I've been seeing these like posters all around campus, and they say think, engage, create, communicate, and apply, and I have no idea what they mean.
Those are Lane's core learning outcomes. Those are there because by the time you leave Lane, you should be able to do all of those things.
When people come into the college, I mean, we already know how to think and apply things. Like I apply my current knowledge to whatever I'm going into. So these are all things that the school is helping me better.
A lot of people do come in knowing how to do these things. I call it like a toolbox. I think these are really good tools for you to have and to expand. The more tools you have in your box, the more you're going to be able to enrich whatever experience you're having. And so, for instance, if you go see an advisor when you get here and you're a new student, they're going to tell you, okay, these are the classes you need to take. They don't necessarily tell you what to take from those classes. And so I think core learning outcomes are a great thing to use exactly for that.
They really do seem for the student, not just now, but forever.
I actually got a tattoo that's kind of related to the CLOs, specifically communicate, because I'm completely covered in tattoos and I'm going into a very professional world where they're not necessarily accepted yet. So I got 2 shaking hands, and one of them is tattooed. There's a rose on his hand and he's wearing a suit. And one of them is not tattooed. So that for me kind of signifies an acceptance.
The CLOs reflect so much like the liberal arts experience, the encouragement to think independently and critically and re-evaluate the system that you are a part of and how to creatively come up with new solutions to enhance what's already there.
We live such like hectic, crazy lives as students that it's important to have a moment to digest the material and having an opportunity to really personalize what our experience has been, and the core learning outcomes, it seems, really help with that, I think.
One of the nice things about the core learning outcomes is that it helps us to begin to see how those pieces fit together a little bit more easily. For me, having internalized these every single class is an exciting opportunity for me to see, well, what pieces of this am I going to take with me into the future.
I think it shifts our perspective as students to realize that this experience is for ourselves, because the fact that there is the reflection piece of it, it's not an outward sense of approval, but it's really what am I getting from the experience.
Even if there's a certain subject that somebody isn't really that into at that time, if it can be tied to a core learning outcome that they are interested in and they know is going to be something that is going to stick with them and help them throughout life, there's their interest point.
And for so many students that maybe come from a background where they are streamlined or aren't encouraged to think independently, I think that these kinds of the CLOs can be really revolutionary for them in the way that they both feel empowered and supported in the ability to consider what they want to get out of college.
I came to Lane to gain skills that would help me succeed at a 4-year college. I've grown as a student, I've grown as a person, and I think that the CLOs really helped me with that.
Every student will have a time in their academic career when they feel challenged. Those students who have internalized the CLOs are going to get creative. They're going to think critically. They're gonna apply some of what they've learned in another class to help make sense of some new material. Even when we become discouraged, those of us who have internalized these CLOs, we know why. We anticipate that there will be an answer, there will be a solution.
She wants to see the CLO.
Okay, see. Oh.
Oh. Oh. Yeah.